Good morning. Good morning. It's still morning. It's 11:41 a.m. Wow. Date and stamp. Today is Thursday, August the 25th, 2022. Do you hear my voice? Do you hear my voice? Wow. What a difference some fresh air could make, huh? It's important that I think that not only I, but we share with one another when we're in the trenches. Everyone likes to talk about when they're out there on the landscape or when they reach the top of Mount Everest. But nobody sees when you're frostbitten. No one sees when you're when the heat blisters on your feet, sun bearing down on your skin. You don't see that. You don't talk about it. That is why a lot of the young generation, they look at the older generation and be like, what are you talking about? You made it. But then you would tell them, "Yeah, but it always wasn't like that. It wasn't always like that." But then they're saying, but we don't know that. You know what I mean? And I think it's so important to share when you're going through something. You look on social media and you see them, and everybody's life looks so pristine and so perfect, and behind them it's not. Behind them, what's going on is life. They don't share that because they want to pretend that everything is okie dokie. They want to pretend that everything is just kumbaya, and it's a lie. I'm here to tell you it's a lie. You see, me in between my podcasting, life goes on. Life, hardship, struggles, challenges. But in between those bitter moments and challenging moments, you have your bright spots. And it all has to do with God, the Creator. Even if you're an atheist and you don't believe in Jesus, you have to believe in a higher power. This morning, I was going to the gym. And of course, the enemy invaded, right? The, the enemy has a way of doing that, especially if they know your routine and especially if they know what triggers you. I talked about it, but then the passion went out of me for the gym. The Spirit told me, go for a walk. I'm showing you something. Because I was leaving out the house to go to the gym around 7 o'clock. I needed to get back on board because it's been about, today's Thursday, and I have not been doing well as far as my consistency and my diet is concerned. Now, last week, Friday, I didn't even weigh myself. The previous week, we talked about my weight and everything, and what was it, 260? I'm not sure. I'm gonna start putting it in the subtitles, my weight and everything, because that's why I do these things. So by doing it, by making it public, I don't have anything to hide, and I'm being honest and authentic, and I have to tell you about my struggles. I was listening to Steve Harvey this morning, and he kept on saying in the beginning, he says, it ain't just you. You know, I'm trying to tell him, I said, yeah, I'm really going through a challenging time right now, Steve. It's like I'm talking to him. And he kept on saying, it ain't just you. And just hearing that gave me some type of comfort, you know. When I left out, I didn't know what I was going, but I know I didn't want to go to the gym again, you know. Remember, before I go to the gym, you have to hype yourself up, you know, because you're alone going. Like, if you were going with someone, it would be different. But when you alone going to the gym, you got to do everything in your power to not only get up out of the bed, but to instill in your brain, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to work out. And what helps me with that is by listening to motivational speeches and music that was taken away from me this morning. I talked about it. So the creator came into my spirit. He says, here's plan B. And that's what I want to share with you this morning. You know, you have to have a plan B when Satan disrupts your plan. Now, my problem has always been food. And what I would usually do is, usually whenever I get stressed out or anxious, I would resort to food. Bad food, like processed food, sweets, ice cream, cookies. It's like I'm punishing myself, you know. When you're in the trenches, when you're down there and you can't see daylight, because the dirt is in your eyes and you're just, it's like you're being buried alive, you know. When it's like that, you can't even see your way out. So you just keep eating and eating, and you give yourself these false, valid excuses as to why you're doing and eating what you are eating. But after you eat it, you feel guilty, and that sends you into a deeper depression and a deeper. So I figured out that I was watching a YouTube video, and the guy said, he says he had a before and an after picture, and he was stating that what would I have told the older version of myself the shortest way to lose weight and to get a healthy lifestyle. He said that he would have told his former self that you didn't even have to go to the gym. All you needed was to have an exercise regimen, and your nutrition counts for 95% of everything, right? Follow me. Let's just say you go work out, and after you work out, you consume bagels, pizza, fried chicken, all of that. That weight is going to go right back on. Let's say that you don't go to the gym, you don't work out, but you just ate a salad and a couple of pieces of watermelon. Who would have the better outcome? Exactly. So I felt the doom and the gloom coming on to me. And instead of me staying in, because I find that sometimes we try to spite the people that are hurting us by harming ourselves, but we just end up harming ourselves, right? It's just like, okay, well, I'm not going to go to the gym, I'm not going to work out, F them, you know what I mean? I'm just going. But who are you going to end up hurting? You, because you know by working out, it's a stress reliever and it makes you feel better. It really does. So by you staying in, it's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. We do it a lot. But anyway, the spirit came into me because spirit spoke to me, and because like I said, remember what I said? God, the create, He is about the details. Man do not see what's behind and what's being done to you. Only God can see, right? So after that happened to me this morning, He knew that the motivation for me then to go to the gym, it was going to dwindle. He said, my child, he said, pick up your yoga mat and go for a walk. I thought I was just going to go out there in the park, walk around the field, the ballpark a little bit, and do a little bit of aerobic exercise and stuff. But I ended up going to the park. Now let's stick a pin in that. There's a story time. Several years ago, when I tried to get my music career off the ground, I enlisted the help of a videographer. Very nice guy, Irish background. For some reason, I always get along with Irish people that have Irish background. Don't know why, but I answered his ad and I called him up. I don't remember how I got it, but I think it was by browsing. And I wanted to do a music video for my song. And he took me to a park. And on that day of that year, of that summer, of that month, it was August. And I swear to you, it was the hottest day I have ever. It was over 100 degrees. I was sweating like, what animal sweats a lot? Oh man. Yeah, but seriously, right? I was sweating like a man in a three-piece suit, sitting in church without AC in the middle of summer. Here it is, I'm supposed to shoot a music video. My clothes were sticking to me. Thought it wasn't a very good idea, but we had already set up the day and the date and the time to do this. Stick with me, we're going somewhere. He says, I know a park. Took me to a park and we were walking, we were looking for a perfect spot until we find it. But what I noticed about the park was a very beautiful park. It was a park that I've never been in before. It was such a beautiful park, and it was so vast and so big and so beautiful.